Hello everyone, my name is Kill Chicken, and I'm very excited to present this action battle Endor Assault. This is a new concept that LEGO Star Wars started to do. I believe they have like 3 or 4 of these sets, where they have these giant cannons that shoot rubber-tipped missiles at little targets on the good guy build and the bad guy build, and it basically just knocks off a little part of the build when you hit it. And I think this is really good for kids especially, and then not only do they have playable features, but then they've also got these extremely new detailed minifigures. As you can see, you've got the Scout Trooper, and then I don't think Wicket is new, but he is there, and he's not a very easy to get minifigure. So this is a pretty cool concept. I'm not exactly liking the dumbed down look of the builds, but I honestly think I'm just going to get it because of the amazing minifigures. This is set number 75238. Recommended ages is 7 and up. And it has 193 pieces for $29.99. Yikes, that is a tough pill to swallow. This is probably about $20 worth of Legos right here, but what I believe is really racking up the price are these giant cannons. You do not get those in a lot of sets, and providing them in this small set is definitely going to rack up the price. As you can see, it's got the nice 2019 box art with all that greebling in the white color. You'll see things like that little R2-D2 leg, those 2 R2-D2 legs right here. Just fun to kind of look around at those things and see what you can find. On the back, shows you get 4 of these little arrow things or missiles, and just shows some of the action features, kind of shows what happens when you hit these little targets. So yeah, I believe that's pretty much it. You've got the Scout Trooper up there sporting the actual size reference. So yeah, let's go ahead and build this up, and then we'll review it. So here's the instruction book, and as you can see, it's literally just the box art on the instruction manual. And as you can see over here in this corner, you have a QR code you can scan to get the digital version of the instruction book on the LEGO Life app. And it's nothing special at the beginning, but then once you come to the end, you can see there is a few ads on this page. You got the LEGO Life app that nobody cares about. And over here, you have some of the other action and attack sets, which look pretty interesting. I don't know when or if I'm gonna get the other ones, but I found this one more interesting than those. Then over here, you've got the 20th anniversary sets. I just recently got that one, and I'll be reviewing that pretty soon. Alright, here's the set all built up, but before we take a look at that, let's take a quick look at each one of the minifigures. So the less amazing minifigure in this set is gonna be Wicket. He's actually not that easy to find, so I guess he's kind of cool, but I've never really been interested in these Ewoks. These little Ewoks, I've just never been very interested in them. And as you can see, he's basically a better version than a long time ago, but I believe he's the same as the one that came in like the Giant Village set. When you remove his little headpiece, you can see he's got just a plain brown torso and then his short little brown legs. He also comes with a really dark brown spear. And yeah, the printing is pretty nice. He's got that like kind of orange thing wrapped around his head, kind of like a mask or whatever. And you've also got kind of the different colors to represent these like kind of facial hair looking stuff, and then around his eyes he's also got a different color. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it with this minifigure. We can head over to the more important minifigure, that being the Scout Trooper. And man, if you thought that it was just the classic Trooper who was getting a reboot in 2019, think again. This guy, I think they just perfected this minifigure. I don't think there's anything that they can do to make him better. He's got torso printing, hip printing, leg printing. He's even got black arms, which is more accurate to the film than what they used to have. And then this brand new dual molded helmet, which looks just perfect. As you can see, the dual molded stuff in there to black and white, just to kind of get the indented kind of texture on the front of his helmet for his visor, so he doesn't have to have a black head underneath. And it's so good. You can see the tiny little printing on the kind of the nose piece, and then even some more dual molding on his forehead and on kind of the ear pieces. Man, this is just such a good piece. Looks so realistic and accurate. But then underneath, you've got a angry clone face that nobody really cares about, and they really want it to be replaced. We don't like this anymore. But he's also got a cool little pistol and also a little bit of back printing, which does look pretty accurate. So kind of the smaller part is it's like the Scout speeder bike. And I don't know how much I like this thing. It's better than this one poly bag that they made a long time ago, but then it's not as good as the ones that they had in kind of the indoor sets. A word that I would use to describe this is kind of squat. It's a little bit shorter, and then it's wider, and it's just chubby. I don't know. It's definitely not their best one, but kind of what they're trying to do is just make a play feature, and that's what they're able to do, and that comes in over here with this kind of little base piece. I believe it's supposed to be just kind of like a tree stump. You've got some leaves down here just for some added detail, as well as these kind of sand green colored slopes, or is that olive green? I don't know, it's one of the greens. But yeah, you've also got this little base on the top, and basically how this works is you've got this kind of little button right here, and it presses this thing to kind of catapult it back. So the way that works is you take the Scout bike, then you take the Scout Trooper. You can actually take his pistol here and put it on this little clip down here if you want to. It's kind of awkward down there, but yeah, you put him on here. And basically what you're going to try to do is knock the Scout bike and the Scout Trooper off this little stump. So you're going to take this little cannon build that just basically has these kind of cone pieces to the side just to give it a little bit of an angle up. You're going to bring it back and see if you can manage to hit the little target that has this Imperial insignia on it, and then it's gonna knock both the Scout Trooper and his bike off of this little stump. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all with this little build. It's fun. It's definitely aimed more towards kids, especially seeing how this bike just isn't the most accurate or good looking, but still it is it's a good play set. That's what that is. So this is the bigger chunk of the build, the more important part. It's kind of supposed to be a little bit of a tree fort. You've got kind of a little archway right here that's probably supposed to be a mini scale kind of hut. Like if this were actual size, that would probably be a bit of a living area for an Ewok. But taking a closer look at some of the details, you've got some little leaf work down here. So you've got some greenery crawling up the side of the tree. You got even a little rock down here, a stud, and then you've got this clip right here for this for Wicket's spear, just to hook on right there. Each of the builds has a clip for the weapon, so that's kind of nice. And what's really cool about this is just how kind of intricately designed it is to get the play feature to work. Basically, you hit this, and that is supposed to push this back, which in turn makes kind of a catapult action up at the top here, which actually uses some interesting pieces here. They have like brown skeleton legs, which is kind of a cool piece to get. So what you do, you stick your little figure up here, and then you take your little missile thing, which is actually red now to be kind of to represent the Empire, and then you shoot it at kind of the rebel insignia, and that should blast little Wicket out of his chair. And it does. It does. It actually works surprisingly well. I thought that the force of these little missiles would kind of knock over the structures as well, but it kind of just pushes them back a little bit. But they stand their ground most of the time. A little bit more of the detail on top is you just got some kind of darker leaves right here, some lighter leaves right here. It's really nice to get some trees. I don't normally have a lot of trees except for Minecraft trees, so this is definitely pretty cool to get. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all with the set. So in the end, this is a pretty small set. When it comes to the amount of pieces and just the amount of stuff that you get, there just isn't a lot. But the playability is definitely there. I think this is definitely aimed way more towards children, but then older dudes like me are still gonna get it because it provides some pretty legit minifigures. I love these giant cannons. I think the targets were way too conspicuous. Of course, again, it's aimed way more towards children. Of course, they can be easily modified to be a little bit less noticeable. So yeah, I think that's going to be pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, maybe I helped you decide whether or not you're going to pick this up for yourself, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you liked my content and you want to see more. Also hit the bell icon if you are subscribed to stay even more up to date on everything that I post. Stay tuned for more mocks or more review videos. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.